Hey everyone, welcome to Wax Pack Wisdom, where we talk baseball history through the cards we love. My name is Jake T. O'Donnell. We built the iconic 1959 Topps baseball set, and in this series, we're going through every card to talk about the players, teams, and people who made up Major League Baseball in 1959. Today, we'll cover cards 180 through 186 in the set. Card number 180 belongs to Yogi Berra of the New York Yankees. 1959 was Berra's 14th big league season. In the long and varied history of Major League Baseball, few characters stand out more than Lawrence Peter Berra, nicknamed Yogi on the sandlots of his native St. Louis because he supposedly walked like one. But Berra was more than just a character with a penchant for his own brand of humorous sayings and malapropisms. He was quite possibly the best catcher to ever play baseball. Berra was signed by the Yankees ahead of the 1943 season, but he missed 2 seasons serving in World War II and did not debut for the Yankees until late in the 1946 season. It would be a few more years before Berra would lay claim to the Yankees' everyday catcher job, earning the trust of the Yankees' new manager Casey Stengel in 1949, while also learning from Hall of Fame former Yankees catcher Bill Dickey. At the plate, Berra was a free swinger who managed to make powerful contact more often than not, registering his first great season in 1950 when he hit 28 homers and finished third in AL MVP voting. Behind the plate, Berra had few peers in his era for defensive prowess and game calling. Those factors led to his first AL MVP award in 1951. He would subsequently win 2 more AL MVPs in 1954 and 1955. Berra was the anchor of this era of unprecedented success for the Yankees. In 18 seasons playing with the Bronx Bombers, Berra won 10 World Series titles and was on 4 other clubs that won the AL pennant. In addition to his play on the field, Berra earned a reputation for his unique way with words. Several of his trademark Yogi-isms pervaded into American lexicon, such as "it ain't over till it's over" and "it's deja vu all over again." He also made such legendary remarks as 90% of hitting is half mental, "you can observe a lot by watching," "nobody goes there anymore, it's too crowded," and "it gets late early out there." Once, he was told by the wife of the mayor of New York that he looked cool in his new summer suit. He allegedly replied, "Thanks, you don't look so hot yourself." Berra left the Yankees after winning the AL pennant as their manager in 1964 and briefly played for the Crosstown Mets in 1965. He won a World Series there as a coach in 1969 and led them to the NL pennant as manager in 1973. He was elected to the Baseball Hall of Fame in 1972. Berra went back to the Yankees as a coach and won the 1977 and 1978 World Series there. After a public falling out with owner George Steinbrenner after his mid-80s tenure as manager there, Berra worked as a coach for the Houston Astros for a few years. He later reconciled with Steinbrenner and resumed a relationship with the Yankees that lasted the remainder of his life. Berra remains an icon for his play, his words, and his many years as an ambassador for baseball, but he would likely be humble at that proclamation. After all, he did once say, "I didn't really say everything I said." Card number 181 belongs to Bob Porterfield of the Pittsburgh Pirates. 1959 was Porterfield's 12th and final season in the major leagues. Over the course of those dozen years, Porterfield pitched for 5 different teams: the Yankees, Senators, Red Sox, Pirates, and Cubs. Earlier in his career, Porterfield pitched for the Yankees in their championship years from 1949 through 1951. However, he never appeared in the World Series. His best years were with the Senators in the mid-50s when he won 22 games in 1953, while leading the AL with 24 complete games and 9 shutouts. The following year, he made his lone All-Star game appearance and led the AL with 21 complete games. Porterfield's career was derailed by injuries, despite pitching over 1,500 big league innings. Card number 182 belongs to Milt Graff of the Kansas City Athletics. Graff only appeared in parts of 2 major league seasons, for 56 games in 1957 and just 5 games in 1958. He was a longtime minor league infielder, appearing in the minor league systems for the Pirates and Yankees before he was traded to Kansas City. Graff had a couple of seasons where he hit over 300 in the minors. After finishing his playing career in the mid-60s, Graff rejoined the Pirates organization, where he held numerous different roles. Card number 183 belongs to Stu Miller of the San Francisco Giants. This was the 7th MLB season for Miller. The The Cardinals signed Miller in the late 1940s, and he pitched parts of 3 seasons with the Redbirds from 1952 through 1954. In 1956, he was dealt to the Phillies, who later that year dealt him to the Giants. After a couple of years as a swingman, Miller found success as a permanent member of the Giants' bullpen. In 1961, Miller was a stalwart relief arm for San Fran, appearing in both NL All-Star games and finishing the year with a 2.66 ERA and 17 saves. He appeared in 2 games for the Giants in the 1962 World Series. In 1963, after a trade to Baltimore, Miller led the AL in saves with 27. He was on the 1966 World Series winning Orioles squad but did not pitch in the series. All told, Miller appeared in 16 MLB seasons and had a 3.24 ERA in nearly 1,700 innings. Card number 184 belongs to Harvey Haddix of the Cincinnati Redlegs. 1959 was his 8th season as a big leaguer. Haddix had a solid MLB career, appearing as an all-star for the Cardinals in his first 3 full seasons in the big leagues, and later won 3 Gold Gloves for his prowess in the field. But Haddix is best remembered today for something he did in 1959, after the Pirates acquired him from Cincinnati during the offseason. It can be reasonably argued that Haddix turned in the single greatest pitching performance in MLB history. On a rainy May night in Milwaukee, Haddix threw 9 perfect innings against the Braves, but with the score 0-0, manager Danny Murtaugh left Haddix in the game. He retired the next 9 batters he faced, and Haddix's 12 perfect innings set an MLB record. His defense let him down in the 13th, and Joe Adcock ended the game with a blast that scored Felix Mantilla. Haddix remained a strong starter for the Pirates and was a key part of their 1960 World Series winning team. He also pitched for the Phillies and Orioles in his career and was later a minor and major league pitching coach, winning another ring with the Pirates in 1979. Card number 185 belongs to Jim Busby of the Boston Red Sox. 1959 was Busby's 10th MLB season. He appeared in 13 seasons total, almost all as a center fielder for the White Sox, Senators, Indians, Orioles, Red Sox, and Colt 45s. Busby was an all-star for the White Sox in 1951 when he batted .283 in 143 games. He led the AL in games played in 1954 with 155. Later, he was part of 2 trades that involved future Hall of Famers, first Larry Doby and then Dick Williams. Busby was a major league coach for over a decade after his playing career came to a close. Card number 186 belongs to Jim Mudcat Grant of the Cleveland Indians. 1959 was the 2nd big league season for Grant. He was raised in Mississippi and was signed by Cleveland after a tryout at the age of 17. Grant was an effective pitcher from the time he arrived in the majors in 1958, and he made an all-star appearance for the Indians in 1963. Grant earned a reputation as something of a Renaissance man in Cleveland. He was an accomplished singer and fronted a jazz band that played throughout the area and even appeared on The Tonight Show. But after a lackluster start to 1964, he was traded to the Minnesota Twins. Grant refound his form in 1965. Alongside fellow ace Jim Cott, Grant guided the Twins to the AL pennant with a league-leading 21 wins and 6 shutouts. He was an AL All-Star and finished 6th in MVP voting. In the World Series, Grant stood strong against a vaunted Dodgers lineup. He won the first game, lost the 4th game, and then took the ball on 2 days' rest with the Twins on the brink of elimination in Game 6. Not only did Grant throw a 1-run complete game victory, he helped his own cause by smashing a home run in the 6th inning. But in Game 7, the Twins' bats were no match for Sandy Koufax, and the Dodgers won the series. Grant had another solid year in 1966, but thereafter mostly worked out of the bullpen for the Dodgers, Expos, Cardinals, A's, and Pirates. Grant worked in broadcasting after his playing career, as well as some front office jobs. In 2005, Grant authored The 12 Black Aces, a book covering the lives of 12 black MLB pitchers who had won 20 games in a season. That's going to do it for this edition of 59 Tops Friday on Wax Pack Wisdom. Do you have a story about one of the players, people, or teams we discussed today? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear it. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to our channel so you don't miss any of our Wax Pack Wisdom content. In the video description, you will find our source material for this episode, links to where you can follow us on all social media channels, as well as a list of our favorite nonprofits and charities. Please consider a donation to one of them if you enjoyed this content. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time on Wax Pack Wisdom. Take care.